Janardhan Reddy. In this video, I am going to tell you about conductors and insulators of electricity. Okay, so conductors and insulators. What are conductors and what are insulators that you are going to learn in this video. This is the first video in the chapter electric current. Okay, so some substances are given to you. We have to identify which substances are conductors and which substances are insulators, and why some substances are conductors and why some substances are not conductors. That I am not going to explain in this video. That will be covered in the next coming video. So I will confine only what are conductors and what are insulators of electricity in this first video. Okay, so here I am going to show you two activities in this video. So listen carefully. Okay, so here I am going to show you a small activity. In order to do this activity, the material required is, see here, bulb, battery, switch, insulated copper wires, nylon wire. Okay, so this is the material I require in doing this small activity. Here I am showing you the material. This is a bulb and this one is a battery or cell, and here is the switch, electrical switch, and this is this is a insulated copper wire, and here is the nylon wire. So this is the material I have taken to show this activity. Now I am going to connect the material in different situations, and I will observe whether bulb glows or not. So first I will connect the ends of the copper wire to the terminals of the battery through the bulb and switch. Situation 1. In this situation, I am going to connect the ends of the copper wires to the terminals of the battery through the bulb and switch. So this is a battery, this one is the switch, and here is the bulb. Now I am going to connect the wires, that is uh, copper wires, to the terminals of this battery. The battery has two terminals, positive and negative terminal. I am going to connect the two ends of the copper wire to the terminals of this battery through switch and bulb, like this. See here. So here I have made a circuit. In this circuit, these are the elements. So battery is one element, bulb is one element, switch is one element, and copper wires are another element. So now I am going to switch on the circuit and I will observe whether bulb glows or not. See here. Yes, the bulb is glowing when the switch is kept in on position. Okay. Now situation 2. In this situation, what I am going to do is I am going to remove the battery, isn't it? See here, This is the circuit we have made earlier. Now I have removed the battery. Isn't it? I will connect the remaining components to complete the circuit. See here. Here I am going to connect a wire. Without battery, I am making circuit. I am completing the circuit without battery. Now, this is a circuit. Now let us see whether bulb glows or not when the switch is on. So what is the result here? The bulb does not glow in this case because source is not there, battery is not there. Okay. Now situation 3. In this situation, I am going to replace the copper wires with the nylon wires. Actually, this is a complete circuit, isn't it? So, in this circuit, I am going to just replace copper wires with the nylon wires, and later I will switch on the circuit and observe whether bulb glows or not. See here, remove all the copper wires. Okay, now I am going to connect all these elements by means of nylon wire like this. That means I have made a circuit with the help of nylon wire. Now I am going to switch on the circuit. See here. Does the bulb glows? Does the bulb glow now? No. Isn't it? So in situation 1 only, the bulb has glowed. In situation 2, battery was not there. In situation 3, here copper wires are not there, only nylon wires are there. So in both situation 2 and 3, the bulb will not glow. Isn't it? So in situation 2, the source is not there. In situation 3, in place of copper wires, I have used nylon wires. So here nylon wire does not allow the current to pass through it. That's why bulb will not glow. Here battery is there, bulb is there, everything is there. But all these are connected by means of nylon wire, which is a insulator, it is not a conductor. Nylon wire doesn't allow the current to pass through it. That's why it is an insulator. Okay. And I will show you another activity. In that activity, I am going to give you some material and we have to identify which are conductors and which are insulators among them. So here is one more activity, identifying conductors and insulators. That means some materials are given to you. We have to check which ones are conductors. That means through which substances current passes, through which substances current doesn't pass. Okay, that we are going to do. See here. And in doing this activity, the material required, here I am showing material required: dry cell, copper wires, wooden plank, bulb, 2 drawing pins, hairpin, pencil lead, eraser, plastic, plastic scale, matchstick, divider from geometry box, piece of paper, iron nail, piece of metal bangle, piece of glass bangle, paper clip, piece of chalk, safety pin. So I have taken some materials, different substances I have taken. Of these substances, which substance allow the current to pass through it and which substance doesn't allow the current to pass through it? That I am going to separate, that I am going to identify. So whatever the material I have taken, I have written here, I will show you. First, see here, dry cell, bulb, copper wires, okay, wooden plank, drawing pins, hairpin, pencil lead, eraser, plastic scale, matchstick, divider, piece of paper, iron nail, piece of metal bangle, piece of glass bangle, piece of chalk, safety pin. Okay, and here is the procedure to identify the conductors and insulators in the given material. Okay, first we have to connect a circuit as shown in figure. Later, connect the above taken material one after the other between A and B and test whether bulb glows or not. See here, first I am going to make a circuit. This is the wooden plank. Here, two drawing pins I am going to fix at points A and B. Okay, and here is the battery or dry cell. I am connecting two ends of the copper wire, one end to the positive terminal of the battery, the other end to this pin, drawing pin at point A. Similarly, here is the bulb. I am connecting the second terminal, that is the negative terminal of the battery, to one terminal of the bulb. The other terminal is connected to point B. Okay, so this is the circuit I am going to use to test whether the given substance is a conductor or insulator. Now, the circuit is open circuit. Observe carefully. Between A and B, there is no connection. So, when the circuit is open, current doesn't flow through the circuit. Hence, bulb doesn't glow. Now, I will make the circuit to complete by connecting the given material one after other between A and B. Isn't it? So I will connect the material one after the other between A and B, and I will test whether bulb glows or not. Okay. In this case, bulb will not glow because circuit is open between A and B. In an open circuit, current will not flow. That's why bulb doesn't glow in this situation. Why? Because the circuit is open. Now, when hairpin is connected between A and B, so here I am going to connect hairpin that we have taken between A and B. That means I am going to complete the circuit by means of connecting hairpin between A and B. See here. Yes, bulb is glowing now. When hairpin is connected between A and B, that means hairpin allows the current to flow through it. That's why bulb is glowing now. So what is the result here? Bulb glows. That means hairpin is a conductor. Similarly, I will connect one after the other. When pencil lead is connected between A and B, let us connect. Bulb glows. What is the result here? Bulb glows. When pencil lead is connected between A and B, bulb glows means pencil lead is also a conductor. Okay. Next, let us connect eraser between A and B. See here. When eraser is connected between A and B, does the bulb glow now? No. Bulb doesn't glow. What is the result? Bulb does not glow. That means eraser is an insulator. It is an insulator because it doesn't allow the current to flow through it. Okay. Next. When plastic scale is connected between A and B, you can imagine when the plastic scale is connected between A and B, you can predict whether bulb glows or not. See here, bulb doesn't glow. What is the result here? Bulb does not glow means the plastic scale is also an insulator. Next, when matchstick is connected, remember, the substances which allow the current to pass through them are called conductors. The substances which do not allow the current to pass through them are called insulators. So in this activity, I am going to identify which substances in the given ones are conductors and which substances are insulators, that I am going to identify. That means I am going to separate conductors and insulators from the given material. So now I am going to connect matchstick between A and B. No, bulb is not glowing means what is the result here? Bulb does not glow. That means this is also an insulator. Dry matchstick is also an insulator. Okay. Next, when divider is connected, divider from the geometry box that I am going to connect between A and B. See here. Yes, bulb glows. In this case, bulb is glowing. That means this divider, metal divider from the geometry box is a conductor because it is allowing the current to pass through it. What is the result? Bulb glows. Next, when piece of paper is connected between A and B. No, bulb doesn't glow means here piece of paper is an insulator. So result is bulb does not glow. Next, when iron nail is connected between A and B. Yes, bulb glows. In this case, bulb glows. Okay, so iron nail is a conductor. Bulb glows in this situation. Next, when piece of metal bangle is connected between A and B. Actually, this is the open circuit. That's why bulb doesn't glow. I am making the circuit closed by connecting different materials between A and B. So here I am going to connect a piece of metal bangle. Yes, bulb glows in this situation. Okay. Is it a conductor or an insulator? This is a conductor. Conductor of electricity. Next, when a piece of glass bangle is connected, when a piece of glass bangle is connected between A and B, bulb doesn't glow. What is the result? Bulb does not glow. Okay. When a piece of chalk is connected between A and B, bulb is not glowing in this situation also. That means a piece of chalk is also an insulator. Bulb does not glow. When a safety pin is connected between A and B, you can imagine in this case bulb glows because safety pin is made up of a metal here. So bulb glows. Okay, so what is the result here? Bulb glows. That means this safety pin is also a conductor of electricity. So there are some materials when they are connected between the points A and B, bulb has glown. There are some materials when they are connected between A and B, bulb hasn't glown. Isn't it? So from this we can say that the materials which allow the current to pass through them are called conductors, and the materials which do not allow the current to pass through them are called insulators. Okay. Here I have listed all our observations in this table. You can see here when hairpin is connected between the gap between A and B, and the name of the material is metal, and in that case bulb glows. When pencil lead is connected, and that one is the non-metal, and bulb glows. Eraser, name of the material is rubber, and when eraser is connected, bulb doesn't glow. Plastic scale, bulb doesn't glow. No. Matchstick, divider from geometric box, etc. So all these are the observations, and you can see here in which case bulb glows and in which case bulb doesn't glow. We have seen. Okay. So these are the observations we have seen so far. So from the above observations, we have found that in some cases bulb glows and does not glow in other cases. Okay. Now let us define what are conductors and what are insulators. See here. Conductors. Substances which allow electric current to flow through them are known as conductors of electricity. Okay. Then what are insulators? Substances which do not allow electric current to flow through them are known as insulators of electricity. Okay. So substances which allow the current to pass through them are called conductors. Examples we have seen: metals. All metals are good conductors of electricity. Human body is also a good conductor. Water, liquids, isn't it? And insulators. Substances which do not allow the current to pass through them are known as insulators. So, paper, rubber, plastic, eraser, isn't it? And dry wood. Pure water is also an insulator. Pure water means it should have only water molecules. No other molecule should present in water. At that time it is called pure water. Pure water is also an insulator. It doesn't allow the current to pass through it. Okay. So here let us group the objects we have observed above as conductors and insulators. Conductors, insulators, hairpin, pencil lead. These are the conductors and these are the insulators. Hairpin, pencil lead, divider, iron nail, piece of metal, bangle, safety pin, and insulators. Eraser, plastic scale, matchstick, piece of paper, piece of glass bangle, piece of chalk. Apart from these material, some other materials, so many materials are there. Of them, some are conductors and some are insulators. So substances can be classified as conductors and insulators with respect to electricity, isn't it? Thank you.